Welcome back to Markets at Noon, and as promised, let's keep the corporate conversations going. Yet another earnings candidate joining us on the show. We've got the management of Studs Accessories joining us. Mr. Siddhartha Bhushan Khurana, the managing director of Studs Accessories, is joining us on the show. Mr. Khurana, hi, good afternoon, and good to be speaking with you. It's been quite a stable quarter for you, so congratulations on that. What really stands out to me, and I was going through the channel mix, your exports for quarter four are at 23% compared to just 17% this time last year. Amid a market like this right now, in terms of how the global developments are shaping up and the Middle East situation, talk to us about what has led to this spike in your exports and which geographies are you currently targeting?
Good afternoon, Stay, and thank you for having me on the show. Yeah, it's been a quite stable quarter for us, and we have been consistently growing also on the export side. I would not say that any particular geography we are growing all around, whether it's Latin America, Australia, Europe, US. So it's I would say, a quite stable growth all across. And we are excited for the future as well, because we think this growth will keep coming in for next few years as well, as the addressable market is quite huge. So we are quite excited about the export markets going forward as well. And we haven't seen any demand destruction as of now because of the Iran war, but we will evaluate as the time goes how the demand shapes up.
Okay, so that's on your export mix. And I was just looking at some of the other metrics as well. In terms of the product mix, you've seen a little bit of a moderation in the studs helmet, but the SMK helmet segment, that has gone up. Talk to us about what is your targeted product mix as we head into FY27?
So actually, we have some production constraints are there, and because of which we are planning some expansions. The expansions will actually start. I mean, the production will start from the new plant next quarter, which is quarter two of financial year 27. So because of this production constraints, we had to prioritize between both the brands, and SMK being a higher margin product, and also the premiumization story going around in the country as well. We focused our production more towards the SMK side, and I think you will see going forward as the new plant comes in, both the brands expanding further. So financially at 27, I would say SMK will keep growing. I mean, upwards of 30%. That's how we see it. And Studs growth will also be better than last year. So overall, where last year we grew by about 8% this year, we expect the overall growth to be in the high teens for us in terms of revenue.
Okay, so high teens revenue growth, and any outlook on margins? They continue to be around that 18.5%, slightly north of that. Any aspiration of reaching 20% over there? Any timeline?
Yeah, I think at the moment there are some margin pressures in this quarter, and we expect that these margin pressures will ease out going forward. So on a full year number, there will be slight margin depression, but I don't expect it to be any big impacts. And I think if you look at our numbers in the 2019, 20 and 21, we were upwards of 20% EBITDA. So I would say 2028 is when we'll be targeting upwards of 20% EBITDA as well.
Okay, 2028, we're going to be watching out for that timeline. Also, lots of updates coming in terms of new capacities, new geographies. I understand the Italy operations are beginning to commence in quarter two of this financial year. Talk to us about the kind of potential you're seeing from that geography, and then what will that do to your presence in overall Europe?
So the Italian subsidiary has just been established about a couple of days ago. And we expect that to give us a lot of boost in penetration of the European market, because in Italy, we don't have a direct distributor, and we expect to have better reach all across Europe, actually. And the numbers would grow because of the European subsidiary. At the moment, if a dealer or distributor wants some products from us, it takes almost 60 days door to door from the order. Once we have the European subsidiary, we are in shops in 2 days. So that will help us have confidence of the dealers, the customers, and also help us in penetrating the markets better all across Europe.
Okay, that sounds good. And I was just reading through the management commentary, and you've said that you've already undertaken 8 to 9% calibrated price hikes in light of all the raw material increase and with everything that's happening geopolitically. Do you now see the need to take any further price hikes? And on account of this 8 to 9% price hike that you've already taken, have you seen any slowdown in demand whatsoever?
So to answer a question on further price hikes, we are not looking at any further price hikes because we feel that the prices are going to soften. They've already softened a little bit from the peak, and going forward, they might soften more. So on the full year basis, we might not need any more price increases. And in terms of demand destruction because of price increase, we haven't seen any because the price increase is only 8 to 9%. It's not substantial, I would say, as some of the. So I don't expect going forward that demand destruction will happen. In fact, in last couple of months, we have seen demand actually pick up all across.
Okay. And lastly, sir, if you can help us understand your capacity expansion plans. I see that 30% capacity increase is what you are aiming at right now. In the next 15 to 18 months, is that a timeline that we can look at?
Yes, so I would say our first phase, we are doing this capacity expansion in two phases. The first phase starts in Q2, and 15 to 18 months thereafter, the second phase will start as well. And this will increase our capacity from current 9.2 million to 12 million. So this should happen in about 24 months from now, I would say.
Okay, so that sounds good. And on that note, we'll have to let you go. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for speaking with us. Once again, congratulations on the quarter. And we hope to keep interacting with you as and when you have updates coming out. Thanks so much for your time.
Sure. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Okay, viewers, on that note, that was the management of Studs Accessories on the back of a very steady quarter that they've seen. Lots of expansion plans, capacity expansion plans are in the works. So this is a stock that you want to watch out for. But on that note, we're completely timed out on this edition of Markets at Noon. Thanks so much for watching. But continue watching ET Now because you have all about your company that's up next.